And for those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel where I grace ambitious women with all things self-love. So let's talk about something that I know so many of us can relate to: being exhausted. Despite your best effort to juggle work, fitness, your side hustle, and life in general, you still find yourself feeling drained all the time. It's actually so interesting. About a year ago, if anybody were to ask me how I was doing, my response would almost always be tired. But then I got it. I figured out that life did not have to be that way and that I could choose differently. Not only in my response, because most times it was true, but more so in the way that I actually lived my life. If you've been struggling with feeling constantly tired, overwhelmed, or like you just can't get ahead, I hear you. You might have all the motivation in the world, but for some reason, it's just not enough to keep you from feeling burnt out. And the truth is, you're not alone. I found that there are 3 scenarios that can trigger this feeling of ongoing tiredness, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to work through each one. So if you want to understand why you're always tired and how to break free from that no energy, keep watching, because I've got some solutions that will really help you finally break through that exhaustion. You may have been in a season where you've been doing a lot of intense work, but now it's time to let it go. The main gist of it is that what was working for you then is not working for you now. And on a more conscious level, life is starting to feel like a drag and not something that excites you. So if you found that you just have too much on your plate, there are 2 ways to go about this. Number 1 is if it's something that you know that you have to continue doing, then follow with me. We'll get to that. But if it's the case where you found that maybe you're doing a lot but you don't necessarily need to, wait until scenario number 2 and we'll get to that. So if it's the case that you're doing all of these things and these are things that you need to keep doing, there are so many ways you can reinvigorate yourself when you found that most of your tasks are becoming mundane and just sucking the life out of you. There are some things you can do while you're actually doing your tasks, such as listening to music. But there are also things you can do outside of work that will light you up and help to re-energize you for when you go back into the grind. My suggestion would be to pick up that new hobby that you've been eyeing for a while, or take the time to sit down and reevaluate what you want in your life. Like, what things excited you in the past? What are you willing to try? Sometimes when you can't escape the mundane in one part of your life, you can add new exciting experiences to another part to create more harmony. The point is, you have to start finding ways to enjoy life again, instead of focusing on being so task-oriented, because you've probably gotten really good at doing your tasks. So now it's about becoming more experience-oriented. And no, I'm not talking about experience in terms of reaching expert status, but I'm actually talking about experience in terms of like millennial experience, finding yourself, seeking enjoyment, and so on and so forth. Have you guys ever played Millennial Monopoly? That is definitely an experience. Long story short, you've gotten really good at your task. Now it's time to focus on reviving yourself. Girl, let's be serious. You're busy. You're just busy. You're trying to do all the things, but you're just stressing yourself out. You're putting excess mental and physical stress on your body, and to move forward, you first need to acknowledge this. So, write down all the tasks that you've been doing on a day-to-day basis. Then, you have to decide, am I willing to keep all of these things on my plate? For how long? Is this really serving me? In what way? Are doing these actions now actually going to get me where I want to go? Do I need to be doing all these things now? And the big one, Would I reach my goals faster if I just focused on my key action items? Now, sometimes tiredness comes when you've just added something to your list of tasks and you've just started to implement. If that's the case, you're just going through growing pains. Your body and your schedule are just trying to figure out the best way to accommodate this new activity. This is completely normal and to be expected. But if you've been feeling this way for over a month, it's time to optimize your schedule. Organize your tasks based on importance and urgency, and start cutting things out, delegating tasks to someone else, or scheduling them in for a later date. If you're in a new season where you've just added something to your schedule, you're probably in a fight with yourself, and that is what's been tiring you out. And this is something that you'll probably continue to face as you keep opening yourself up to new opportunities. But there's a way to mitigate its effects while you're navigating through your new chapter. I can't tell you how many times my body decided to shut down when it felt overwhelmed. Doing something new for the first few times can be really scary, and adding new things to your plate can definitely make you want to retreat. On the conscious side of things, you may be telling yourself, wow, this is such a great opportunity, and what an amazing way to grow. But on a subconscious level, all the bells are going off, and it's telling you, this is scary, please stop. And you fighting this battle between your body and mind's familiar versus you taking action can really tire you out. It's like when your body is fighting a cold. It's not necessarily the virus giving you low energy, but it's your body fighting off that virus, giving most of its energy towards fighting it that's making you tired, tiring you out. It's not like you're consciously telling your white blood cells, hey, go to this part of my body and do your thing. No. Your body naturally and subconsciously has some fight in it. And sometimes it fights against your conscious mind when you're trying to get things done because you're headed into new territory and your body's like, no, let's not. Let's stay here where we know it's safe. Not necessarily great, but at least we know what we're dealing with here. So, what do you do in this case? You just have to be mindful that there will be some resistance that comes with growth. And the best thing you can do is give yourself some grace. Talk through or think through your feelings. Acknowledge that you're in the process of doing something new, but also reassure yourself that you're headed towards something good. And give your nervous system the additional rest that it needs while you're navigating through the season of growth. That may look like sleeping in a little later on the weekend, or calming down midday with some tea, or reaching out to a family member, a friend, or a mentor for some extra support. For a lot of us, doubt is a common part of growth, but I know firsthand that when you find a way to work through it, amazing things are waiting for you on the other side. Sometimes rest isn't always the solution for your problem of being tired. Sometimes it is. But now you know the difference between the 3 possible causes and can decide the solution that best fits your situation. Yes, you can finally escape the Sandman. As always, friend, if you're looking for more support and or encouragement on your unique journey, subscribe. And with that, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.